Hi, welcome back to another Terranscapes Rapid Fire Critique. Let's just dive right in, shall we? Matt has submitted a single photo. Oh, timer. And what is really interesting about this is that he was the person who won the giveaway for the casts of the Hobbit faces and bridge pieces that I gave away quite some time, and then probably took a little while to get them out in the mail. But it's an interesting opportunity to take a look at a work in process piece, and he's kind of looking to go with the Shire theme, and this gives me a chance to maybe give suggestions on where to go, which is a little atypical for the rapid fire, but I guess I'm kind of soft on it since these are pieces I made. So, but it's nice. Maybe this is a little helpful for people in a different kind of way. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I think I'm not sure I like these bridges angled like this, and mainly because they feel like they're falling, and if you put in a walkway that follows that contour, it's like easy to walk it here, and then they fall off onto the ground over here because it's too steep. So I might build an embankment. All right, you can keep this the ground level. Don't keep this because it's a nice variation from that height. All right, but then build up like they mounded up soil, maybe with a little tiny rock wall reinforcement, or maybe with some piles of stones that they just cobbled together. But they're hobbits. Make them stones that have been carved maybe, and then lift this back up flat with this, and then have a walkway come off of it that's more wagon friendly, right? They're going to want to get wagons in here and carts pulling little supplies and probably beer and tobacco for their pipes and all of that, weed as it were. and so that might be the first change I would make. Secondly, I like that you have done some different placements of these. I like how you've got two kind of right up against each other, but then you've taken these two and you've spread them out. I can't quite see, these are not fixed, at least at this point. Of course, sorry about this, Matt, but it's probably been months since you submitted this. So I don't know where the project is at right now, but maybe we'll think about this for a new project. Here's a thought, actually. Here's a thought. Because you have some repetition in the facings, which is unavoidable based on the pieces that you got on hand, and that's fine, change the heights of them. So keep this maybe up one tier and then have a pathway coming down, and then put this over here and then put this in a half height that comes up, not quite as tall as these, and you'll put this one further away from this piece, which to me matches too closely, whereas this feels a little more generic. And then you've separated them, you've added some visual height to it, and that's going to bring a lot of life to this piece and mask some of that uniformity. Also, when you go to finish these pieces, I don't know where your project is at, but you can break up some of that uniformity by adding, variations that maybe hide this. So maybe in front of this one, right, we've got nice big bushes. I don't know where that wall ends. Over here, you can leave it exposed and maybe put some barrels or a flower planter or something right here that ties these two together visually, and also, again, adds some variety compared to this. And maybe even hide some of this with some overhanging vegetation, maybe some vines coming over it, and then leave this one exposed, and it will really help give these some separation from each other visually. But I like the project in total composition, because isn't that going to look nice when he's done? This is a great environment to play like Lord of the Rings, which is, skirmish style. So you've got these bridges to manage, movement, and he's given himself a lot of a palette to work with. He's going to be able to put in a river, very nice effect, fun to do. And if he builds these up, like I was saying, into hills, he's got pathways that he can line with bushes, all of those kinds of ideas. So it's a wonderful palette that you can have a lot of fun with, and also learn a lot of individual things about terrain making. You can practice a whole variety of stuff. One last thought, coming through the river here, right? Have a slope embankment, all right, that's soft and maybe a little undercut. Take a look at some river photos, some streams, and look at the way the embankment looks, all right? That's going to be the trick to giving it real life. And then in some areas, maybe put up like some rock walls, like maybe this was eroding, not rock walls, but piles of rocks or something. This was eroding, and they were like, oh no, not the bridge. And they made a little stack of rocks to break that from eroding further and keep their little river going in the same direction. So those are the kinds of things to consider. And I think I would love to see a photo of this for when you get it finished. It'd be a wonderful addition, and we can revisit it, see how it came out. So thank you so much, Matt, for submitting this. Really appreciate it. Hopefully some other people found something useful here to consider. And I don't mention it all the time, but if you enjoy these videos, perhaps you would consider supporting me on Patreon. There will be a link here that goes to the Patreon page, and you can set whatever level of support you'd like to set that's comfortable for you, and every little bit of support helps me a lot in more ways than you might be able to imagine. Plus, you also might want to go to the Patreon page just to check out some of the monthly columns that I've written. They are free and publicly accessible to everybody, so go over there and take a look and see if you can learn a little extra from those as well, because I like educating people. I like trying to give back to the community as much as I can. So thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. And hopefully you will come back soon for whatever video follows this, because I'll be back soon with another Terranscapes video. Let's stop that. That's going to be a big file. That's going to be a big